Once upon a time, an old widow named Chen Ma lived with her only son in a forest in Shaanxi province. Her son was a tiger hunter and had a hunting license, a job that his father and grandfather were also engaged in. His share of the profits from the sale of tiger skin, meat and bones was enough to support himself and his old mother. Everything was going well until the harsh winter came. During a severe blizzard, Chen Ma's son got away from the rest of the hunters and became the prey of a hungry tigress. After the discomfort subsided, Chen Ma, tired of her unfortunate situation, went to the hunting place where her son was working and asked for damages so that she would have a source for her life. The hunter agreed to give her a small share of the tiger hunting after that. This decision was opposed by other hunters because they were also taking care of a large family. When the hunters succeeded in killing the female tiger that killed Chen Ma's son, they decided not to give Chen Ma any share of it, and instead they brought her the newborn cub of the female tiger. This baby tiger had golden hair and small feet and a mouth without teeth. The rope that was wrapped around the baby tiger's neck was so tight that it practically strangled him. At that moment, Chen Ma's heart burned for this weak creature whose green eyes were full of tears. After the hunters left there, the tiger cub crawled towards the place where Chen Ma was sitting and rested on her leg. Chen Ma was caressing his ears, and the baby tiger was licking her shoes with his soft tongue. The old widow looked at the baby tiger and said in her heart, "They told me to kill you and to eat your meat after salting it and keep it as a reserve. Your skin will be warm boots for my feet, and your bones will be the best medicine to drink to soothe the pain in my feet. But how can I kill you? You are small and alive while I am so old and sad." And in this way, Chen Ma untied the rope around his neck and fed him some of the food she had cooked with her fingers. Her son had stored a good store of grain and dry goods next to the house, and she decided to spend the winter with them. While the fire in the fireplace was slowly burning, Chen Ma could no longer spread his place, so he was lying next to the tiger cub whose hair was warm and thick. Women from nearby villages usually brought their sewing works to Mrs. Chen. She was very skilled in sewing. They gave her food and bags of grain in exchange for her sewing work. At first, when the baby tiger was small, they did not feel any danger, but when spring came, the baby tiger had grown to the size of a calf, and its teeth and muzzle had grown, and the women of the village told their hunter husbands to catch and kill the young tiger. Chen Ma took her son's hunting gun and threatened that she will kill anyone who tries to harm her favourite animal. The old woman said, "I have lost my husband and son. This tiger is the only companion I have. I will go to the hunting centre and ask them to allow me to raise this tiger as my son." The hunters thought that the old woman was crazy, but since they did not dare to kill the tiger without a hunting permit, so they chased Chen Ma and her tiger all the way to the court. The court said, "Dear mother, your request is very unusual. Aren't you afraid that one day this tiger will return to its wild nature and attack you?" The old woman answered with tears in her eyes, "Respected sir, what should I be afraid of? I have lived a long time. My only worry is that I am left alone now. Please let me raise this young tiger because he is like a son to me now." The court did not dare to reject the request of this elderly woman. Therefore, the secretary of the court was asked to prepare a certificate of permission to raise the tiger for her. In order to protect the tiger from hunters' bows and arrows, the court ordered that a large copper collar be prepared and placed around the animal's neck. The word Fuqi was engraved on the collar, which means the tiger boy. To show her respect, Mrs. Chen Ma knelt in front of the court and placed her forehead on the ground 3 times. Then she returned to her home in the forest with the tiger. In the winter of the following year, Fuqi had grown to its maximum size. When he was playing, Mrs. Chen Ma's heart was close to stopping due to fear. Against her will, she allowed Fuqi to build a house for himself in a nearby cave. Nevertheless, the grateful tiger visited his mother every once in a while, and every time he brought a gift for the old woman in his mouth, such as a deer. Also, he still liked to lick the old woman's shoes, and the old woman caressed his ears. Chen Ma's needs were well taken care of by Tiger, as if her natural son was still alive.